Hello again, friends and loyal Wolfpack members. Chaos here with the Mighty Ducky, and welcome back to Zero to Hero. The series where we go from space crap out pilot to hopefully one day God amongst the stars. Now, we're still here in the Abroin system, although, as you can see, we have gone and traded in our Vulture for a different ship. What ship have we got? Well, this may help you. As you can see, it's a Lakon ship. And it is actually, there we go, the lovely Type 7. Well, I suppose Type 7 and lovely don't always go together, which is why we've gone and named the ship the Ugly Duckling. So yes, we've gone and had enough of the combat community goal, because I was getting frustrated with the combat areas, the resource extraction sites. Because this system only has a high-intensity conflict zone. A high-intensity resource extraction site. There are no hazardous extraction sites. So, there's always going to be NPC police in there. And it's the level of the enemies in there, they're just not up to my usual standard. So, we're going to go and have a go at doing some trading in this bright, big, yellow monstrosity. Having a look in the mission board, we can actually go and see that the combat CG is about halfway through its final tier. And we are currently in the top 25%. We managed to hand in about 7.5 million credits, which is good. I would have been happier to get this closer to 10 million, but I just got too frustrated towards the end. So we're already going to see about 18 million's worth of reward towards the end of that, so that's going to be awesome. Now, what we have now is the trade community goal, and this is about a third of the way through tier 5. Right now, we've handed absolutely nothing in, but I'm looking forward to doing some more work on this one. Right now, they've got 13,000 people actually gone and contributed at least a single ton to this, and there's about just shy of 21,000 tons, or 21 million tons even, I should say, been donated or been brought in, because it's not exactly being donated. What do we want? We want lithium, semiconductors, and energy grid assemblies. So what are we actually going to be hauling? Well, right now we have got 272 tons of lithium on board. And we're going to go and trade this in, because I went and checked, because I was wanting to go and get the energy grid assemblies, but in order to get them, you have to travel about 200 light years, and I'm really not up for doing that. But lithium, you can get it from anything from as close as about 8 light years away, I think, 8 to 9 light years away. And this is not too bad. We make about 800 credits worth of profit per ton, which is not terrible, but it's not amazing either. But this profit per run of about 216,000 credits, that's not the big payoff. The big payoff is what we get towards the end. So just handing that in is going to have taken us up to where? Let's go and see if it's already showed us. Here we go. We are already in the top 75%. So I always find that the trade CGs are the easiest to get into the top 10%, because it's just repetition. And I don't mind doing trade as long as, especially if I've got somebody to talk to. But sadly, we don't have that at the moment, but we do have something else. We are going to be doing this in open. So yes, let's have a quick look. Yes, you can see we're currently in open play. So this is going to be fun. But I have spec'd this ship somewhat accordingly. So we'll go and hit launch, and we'll go and head over to the system that I'm actually going and getting my materials from. The Boko Watico system. And here we go. I am going to be travelling out of here extremely slowly, because I do not want to be travelling over 100 meters per second. If I do, we will quite easily go and start attracting attention from suicide winders, which is something I desperately don't want to have. Yep, briefly lost connection to the server, so hopefully this is not going to be continuing throughout the night. One thing I can say about the Type 7 as well is looking at the back of the ship, as we can see coming around now, doesn't that look like Roberto from Futurama, the stabby robot? Does a bit, doesn't it? And here we go, we've ended up outside of the station. There we go, let's make sure that we've actually got our route to the station itself plotted. Yes, we do. So, let's see, is that a wake? Yes, it is. So, we're outside of the no-fire zone. So, at this point, we're perfectly fine. There's nothing on sensors. Even if something goes and rams into us and blows up, we're not going to get shot at by the station. But what we're doing now is we're just going to go and head back to the system and pick up some more lithium. Now, like I said before, I would have preferred to have gone and got the energy grid, whatever they're called, energy grid something or other. But they are energy grid assemblies, that was it. But they are much further away to find a decent supply. They're about 200 light years. And this is about 2 jumps. Going 200 light years on a standard, on a jump range of about 15 light years when fully laden? Yeah, that's not going to be fun. And why is my jump range so low? Well, I've gone and got shield boosters, I've gone and got a really strong shield generator, I've got the top range thrusters, the best power distributor, because I knew I was going to be trading in open and I want to give myself the best chance of survival. Because, you know, Ducky, she likes to play in open. Usually, while I'm streaming or so on, I will play in the private group, but not on these videos. It's much more fun to have the random element of other players. And here we go, the station is behind us. It's about 1.2 thousand light seconds away from the star. Now, there are other places which are a few jumps away, but oh well. And there we go, we've got a Type 6 as well doing the trade run here. I don't know who that is. Looks like he's fuel scooping. But considering like such a short distance between the two systems, I'm not bothering with fuel scooping. As you can see, let's go and have a look. Down there at my fuel, you can see that I've not gone and put too much fuel up. I've not lost too much fuel. So this is perfectly good. It is going to take us 3 jumps to get back, however. There we go, that Type 6 transporter is on the way to the station as well. Perhaps we'll bump into them. Now the weird thing is, when I'm trying to go and... Now what I find is weird is when I'm trying to go and line up my ship with the station, or at least the station holographic, it feels like the holographic just moves around more than I'm actually moving the ship. It doesn't feel like there's a one-to-one kind of reaction to this. It could just be me. It is entirely possible. But I do feel like I'm constantly trying to set myself up for a good lineup with this, and it's constantly looking like the station is trying to fight me in the lineup. Now, sometimes it's perfectly easy enough to get in there, and sometimes it's not, but Then again, I do know for a fact that the white holographic image of the station does not correspond 100% with the station's orientation inside. But at the very least I know that I'm coming in from roughly a front-facing direction. Now we're going to be able to drop very, very soon. There we go. Here we go. And we're still at the front. So again, going to make sure that we're not travelling over 100 meters per second. Because we do have other ships here, and I don't want to risk them being PvP ships, or even, well, not even PvP ships, but just ships that will just happily ram me, get themselves blown up, and try and get me wanted with the station because I was speeding. But that doesn't seem to be the case. What's that other player's ship? There we go. That's the guy we saw before. Commander Pryonic. Alright, okay. Say hello to YouTube, Commander. Now, I don't see any other players currently. We have got some sketchy kind of contacts on the radar. Those are the ones that are jumping around a little bit. Those are the ones that we know something's there, but we don't know what it is. Now, it looks like Commander Pryonic is actually travelling fairly quickly. He's travelling faster than I would be comfortable doing. Oh, that's a thought. I haven't requested docking yet. Well, it looks like the station's not happy with somebody. And there is... It's that eagle there. And how is that eagle still alive? I have a feeling that eagle is bugged. Because normally those ships would go and just detonate really quickly. Time for the landing gear out. Nice and slow. There we go, landing gear out. Now you might find it weird that the Type 7 actually uses a large landing pad, but there's a reason for it, and that's because of its height. The Type 7 is a very tall ship. The Python is actually fairly wide, but it's not very tall. It's actually shorter than the Type 7. That's the only reason a Type 7 can't fit in a medium pad. It could land on a medium pad, but it couldn't go into the hangar. But anyway, starport services. Refuel, and let's go and pick up some lithium. Lithium is in the metals section. Here we go. Because basically, we're making about 50% profit on this because it's just shy of 400,000 credits to actually buy this, and we're making around about 200,000-ish on the resale value. So that's not bad at all. Now, on the way back, let's go and plot our route. Here we go. There we go, 3 jumps back. I love doing that when I'm bookmarking things. Yeah, that eagle's still alive. Yeah, that thing's definitely bugged because that thing should be dead now. I can't even... Oh, I can target it. Let's see what it says. It's wanted, but its shields are at full and its health is at full, so that's probably going to be there for a while. And even though I've got the best thrusters, this thing does not like to fly very easily. It likes to drift. And again, as I said, I don't want to go over... I don't really want to go over 100 meters per second. Because our friend there's lost some shields, and I'm curious as to why that would be. So let's get as close to 100 as I'm happy to get. And then let's see. Maybe he hit the interior of the station on the way out. Maybe he took some hits from the station firing at that eagle. That's entirely possible. But yeah, I don't see anything scary. If I see any... We've got wakes. I don't see a heat sink. So, looks like we're safe. Yeah, well, here we go. Now, this is going to be the interesting part. Whether or not we're going to be able to easily get to the community goal station without getting blown up. Or at the very least, without getting interdicted. Now, I'm under no illusions as to the fact that I'm probably going to explode during this episode. I hope it doesn't happen, but I'm pretty sure that I probably will. So, looking around, I don't see any players currently in space here. I do actually now, I do see one. Let's go and see what this is. It's an Imperial Clipper, so it's entirely possible that they maybe want to try and kill someone. I don't know. It could be a PvP ship, it could not. We don't know yet. And we've got another one. That one there, Federal Assault Ship. That's definitely a combat ship. But potentially they're actually going into the resource extraction sites for the combat community goal that's going on presently. Now, I don't see anybody attempting to want to come and interdict us. We've got more people around. There we go. We've got a cutter. But again, they really don't seem to be too interested in us. So, anyway, here we go. We're coming into Campbell Horizons. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about trying to line this up. So the entrance is down in this direction. And again, we're going to get as close to 100 meters per second as I am comfortable with. Yep, and as soon as we get within 7.5 kilometers, we can go and request our docking. Yeah, I don't see anybody around, really. Perhaps I'm just getting lucky at our time. At our time of day with what when we're playing. Oh well. I mean, I'm still not going to risk boosting in because there might be a silent running Sidewinder docking about for all I know. But yeah, as of right now, I don't seem to see any problems. Oh, we're currently travelling at nearly 100, just over 100. Well, it was actually at 100 exactly. But I don't know if the 100 is actually classed as speeding or not. And we want docking pad 17, so that's going to be this one here. Now, the reason we went for a Type 7 is it's the best ship that Ducky can afford at the moment with the best cargo capacity. I mean, I could have potentially maybe afforded a Python, but it would have been very barely and it would have been very, very bare bones. And considering that the Python only actually goes and carries an extra 8 tons of cargo over the top of this one, at like double the price, more than double the price of this thing, no, I don't think I'm going to bother. So this is the cheapest ship with the best cargo capacity that I can get right now for Ducky. There we go, so that's that. So let's go and sell these ones off. Now the question is where is this going to put me? So again, let's double check. Yep, 216, so we're making over 50% profit off what we're spending, which is not bad at all. So let's go back into the mission board and have a look. Are we still in the top 75? Yes, we are. But we have dropped off 544 tons of cargo. Now we're going to keep doing this for a while until hopefully we end up in the top 10%. So I'll probably end up doing this on a Saturday stream, maybe. We'll see what happens. Because maybe Ducky will be able to afford a better ship by then. But like I said, at the end of the day, the whole point of all this is to get Ducky into a further lance. So that's why we're doing both of these community goals. We're already in the top 25% of one. I don't see us dropping out of that by the time it ends. Hopefully it's going to end by about tomorrow time. So hopefully it's going to end around about Wednesday this week. But let's start getting ourselves away from the station, and whilst we're still in the no fire zone, I've got to go and plot our route, because I completely forgot to do this. There we go. Now this place does seem very, very tame for an open play CG or community goal. There doesn't seem to be anybody around, which I find rather surprising. But we're out of the no-fire zone. We're very soon going to be no longer mass-locked. There we go. Now I'm curious to see if we can actually go and initiate a jump at this speed. No, we need to throttle up. So let's try something. There we go. That actually let us jump. So what I'm curious about now is what kind of pip setup would we need in order to be at full throttle potentially and still be under 100 meters per second. So we're coming in on Johnson Orbital. Hopefully this particular orientation is going to have us directly in front. At least that's what the target indicator would actually go and have us believe. But I'm not so convinced. Let's actually go and see if this is actually the case or not. So we're going to go drop in about 3, 2, 1. There we go. Yep, see, doesn't quite line up. But oh well. I mean, let's go to full throttle now. No, that's over 100. Okay. Alright, okay, so 1 pip in there. Full throttle means we go at 99 meters per second. So that's perfect. It means I can actually go and jump out at full throttle as well. And if I need to go faster, I can always put more pips in. Good to know. But we're within range now, so let's go and request docking. So we've got pad 40. And again, I don't see other players around, really. At least not yet. We still have potentially a player in the station, because we've still got a unconfirmed contact in there. Well, an unconfirmed contact, I should say. But everything else is NPCs. Then again, we don't really have the best sensors on this thing at all. They are D-rated for the extra jump range. Well, let's keep out of the way of that beluga. Wow, rude!
Maintain safe separation.
I did. He didn't. Oh well. Let's go and get ourselves set down. Landing gear is out. Final descent is looking good.
100 meters from touchdown.
Alignment is good. We are zeroed in. And clamps are engaged. Boots on the ground.
Contact clear to disembark. Welcome, Commander.
Alrighty, so let's go and pick up some more of that lovely, lovely lithium. Now, this particular community goal is, again, for yet another new station being built. Now, I'd really love it if our community goal for getting a station built would actually get going, but oh well. Then again, the requests for player community goals, they are basically sorted into when they were requested. Ours was requested about 3 months ago. Now it looks like we're having some more connection issues. We may end up dropping. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go and see how well this is going to go. Like I said, we can go full throttle now and we'll still be within our maximum speed limit. There we go. We're good. And again, I've gone and forgotten to plot my route. So let's go on over to the second part of this leg. There we go. We are at full throttle, but we're only travelling at 91 meters per second, which is not bad. I'd prefer it to be closer to 99, but that's going to be more of an issue, I suspect. There we go. No longer speeding. 91's good enough, as long as it doesn't end up with me getting my brain splattered across the cosmos. That's going to be good. Well, looks like we've got an NPC coming after us. There we go. It's the Viper Mark III. Not a lot we can do about him trying to interdict us, but let's go, and we should easily be able to avoid this interdiction. Say what you will about the Type 7, it does kind of maneuver fairly well. Mainly because it yaws very quickly. Very few ships yaw as fast as the Type 7. There we go. We are good. We're ready to go. So let's go and start drive charging. And be on our way. Now, NPCs are not really the issue. Because NPC interdictions are not as difficult as player interdictions. Because the player is going to have better reactions on the opposing side. And then it's all down to the mechanics of the interdiction. Because I remember when NPC interdictions used to be super, super hard. And then they got easier, and then they got easier. So now they're almost a joke, really. And here we go. We're coming into the Abroin system. Now that's one other thing about this ship, is it does like to get hot when it's charging its frameshift drive. And bearing in mind, I do have an A-rated power plant and the best frameshift drive. So why it's going and overheating itself so much is beyond me. But then again, we could go and mitigate a lot of this by getting clean drive tuning actually put on this ship. There we go, we've got another combat ship in system, but I'm expecting this to be part of the combat community goal. And I reckon it's probably heading out between either Abroin 10 and Abroin 11. Maybe, because Abroin 10 is the place with the best the best resource extraction sites in the system. Because unfortunately, the faction that we're wanting to go and hand bounties in for only own this system. They don't own anything else. Now, what gets me is we're actually going and helping building all of these stations to go and research the Thargoids. I can't help but get the feeling that because we're actually building so many of these, that we're kind of just building them in order for them to get blown up. So that is my thought on this. I suspect a lot of these are only getting built temporarily in order to get destroyed later by the Thargoids. I guess we'll have to see. It's entirely possible, but then again, it's entirely possible that I'm wrong. Would not be the first time, I'll be honest. Come on. There we go. Dropping out, and we should be directly in front of the station. Or at least in its front quarter. Now, I am starting to wonder whether there are some server issues, because we are hanging quite often and quite long. There we go, another player. It's looks like our friend again. Oh, it's not. It's Commander Alexander Levin. Say hello to YouTube, Commander. But yes, we're just going to be incoming into the station. We'll request our docking and go and get ourselves set down. There is a Corvette in the area as well. Commander Grim 69. Yeah, very nice commander name there. Oh, never been a fan of names with numbers in them, but then again, considering of what some of the books that I've been reading from the Elite Dangerous store, this is somewhat potentially canon. That people do actually, in this day and age, and what Elite Dangerous is set in, actually have names that include numbers, which is completely mind-boggling to this day and age, but oh well. Commander Unicom. Rare Gozer. Alright. Here we go. Yeah, I am regulating my speed because I have no intention of being rammed and made wanted by the station. So we're staying below 100 meters per second at all times. Now normally I wouldn't bother, but pad 2, here we go. There's a lot more commanders around now. I'd be a bit more concerned if I was seeing more Sidewinders, but I'm not, so I'm not overly worried now. There we go, boots on the ground. Let's go and sell this load of cargo. And let's go and see if we've actually gone and managed to get ourselves into the top 50. The top 50% commanders. That'd be nice. Metals, here we go. I doubt that's going to be the case, because it'll still have been under 1,000 tons. But you never know. Let's have a look. Where am I? Oh, no, this is the thing. I need to go into the mission board. I always get the mission board and the commodities market mixed up. Oh well, it looks like we have actually gone and sold our metals, but it looks like we are still on 544 tons collected. So we actually sold our third cargo hold full of lithium, but it's not showing up. So that's weird. Alright, oh well, it's not a massive problem, it's only 272 tons of cargo. But we got the profit for it at the very least. But it does seem that there's some issues with the server at the minute, because like I said, it just hasn't recognised what we were doing. It wouldn't let us in to have a look at the community goals thing. So I ended up having to stop the game and come back in again. But it looks like they're just playing up at the minute. But oh well. That is going to be it for this video. I do hope you guys have enjoyed it. Like the video if you've liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Neither of those good enough for you, that's what the comments are for. You can also go and join our community on Facebook or Inara. Links, as always, will be down in the video description. And don't forget, I am going to be streaming tomorrow night, doing Wolfpack Wednesdays over on Twitch, so keep an eye out for that. I've been Commander Chaos Wolf from Sci-Fi Gaming. You guys, as always, have been epic. I will see you soon. And until next time, my fellow commanders, keep flying and stay shiny.